This is actually, okay, so this is fascinating and I'll get to it. What is my instinct telling me to do? Now, a follow-up question. Is this my instinct or is this my shadow? Because if you go to that... Hi Libras, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Monthly Tarot for March 2024. Right off the bat, got a lot related to travel, and not just travel from place to place, but how and where we are traveling through life, okay? Our destiny, your North Node. It might be a good time to take a look at your North Node and see if your actions are aligned with where you're going as far as what is destined, you know, in the stars. Now, the other thing that I got really too is this really important energy of self-love. All right, that we have this wonderful opportunity for a fresh start in some way. And we want to make sure that our shadow is healed so that we don't just revert back to patterns, relationships, situations that are in the past. So please take time to do that shadow work journal. It's in my link tree under the bio on YouTube. It's honestly, it's life-changing. Like with every entry, it just feels like a burden lifted. And this shadow energy, it's usually not the big ones that we might associate with trauma, but sometimes it's just those day-to-day things that are in our lives that like snowball, you know? So please do just take time to do that. The self-love is so important, but yeah, travel. Where are you going, dear Libras? So take time in March to chill. That is the one thing I want to say. Yeah, if there's something here as far as confrontation, knowing when to stay and when to walk away, this passionate energy, here we go with the self-love, because this is one thing is like you empower others when you empower yourself, and you can project, you know, self-love, but it really does have to come from within, okay? But March, okay, February, let's start with February. February was so jam-packed with astrological events that we just want to chill, okay? And what's lovely is it is Pisces season, and so this is the wonderful time to chill. The one thing I want to make sure though, Libras, is that we don't incorporate too much of the shadow energy of Pisces. The laziness, the disconnected, right? The escapist. Okay, I'm a Pisces, so I'm calling myself out on this. This is something where we want to utilize the light attributes of Pisces season, the creativity, the dreaming. This is a time really to connect to your inner child and really dream and like believe that wishes come true. And what are you doing to bring that to life? It's also a time too where we need to relax, work on self-care. I think that's another thing too with that self-love, but we don't have to do it with disconnecting from ourselves. Your air sign, so it's really easy to get lost in the air communication, social media, the internet, you know what I mean? Media that goes through the air. And so that's something that if we're unplugging, we're not unplugging from ourselves. That's a really big message for you, Libras. Don't unplug from yourself, unplug from everything else. And Pisces season is going to the depths of like plugging into you. You know what I mean? Like, sure, like watch your favorite thing, but do it while you're doodling or, you know, just something creative. Do you know what I mean? Like it's something where we just want to make sure that we are plugged into ourselves right now, if you will. Yeah, go within, I'm telling you, and be a master of your thoughts and your communication, because those thoughts, those intrusive thoughts, Gemini got that too. And I think that's just going to be a theme with air sign is those intrusive thoughts, we really got to get a control of them, of how we see situations, the story that we communicate to others. Is it aligned with what you want, or is it aligned with what you think people expect? Because that is so important at this time, is being authentic, right? Wow, that flipped. Being your authentic self. Yes, surrender. Be your authentic self. It's time to stop a certain narrative. It's time to stop talking about ourselves or a situation in a certain way. And because Aries season is right after Pisces season, that's when the astrological new year actually starts, okay? So that's when we want to, rethinking your identity is going to unlock this King of Coins, okay? There's something here about an outdated identity that we need to shed, like a snake shedding its skin, for this astrological new year that starts at the end of March, okay? So first part of March, please just take it easy, chill. Second part of March is when we start to get that energy, spring's coming, you know what I mean? Like the energetic shift is happening. So yeah, just make sure you take time to unplug. All right, let's see what we got for Libras for March 2024. Also, Libras, don't forget to hit that like button, and thank you to all my new subscribers. I truly appreciate all the wonderful comments I've been getting. Yeah, this is that dreamy energy I was talking about. This idea that having faith that your ships are coming in, that high vibration of believing in magic, believing in miracles, that's something that's so important during Pisces season, okay? Perfect. I love seeing this after we just said all that. That's amazing. Okay. Yeah, and don't forget, like, thank you. This was popping out. Tarot is trying to remind us too, we're in Pluto and Aquarius, age of Aquarius. And so answering the wake-up call, like your North Node is so important, and transforming in some way. And honestly, I think this is transforming how we speak and think about certain situations. We want to empower, okay? Because overall energy for the month of March is the Knight of Swords. And this is this energy of standing up for what you believe in and justice. This is very closely related to Libra energy, of course. Even though this isn't even ruled by Libra, which I love, is but you can also see these hawks that are here. And hawks are symbols for transformation, like deep-rooted transformation. So this is what I'm talking about, is there's something here with that Libra, powerful Libra energy of standing up for what we believe in, standing up for justice. Like, please, again, North Node, check your North Node, check your Mercury, how you communicate. But there's something along the lines of, how are we speaking this into existence? Like, how are we speaking what we believe in into existence? What kind of energy are you giving it? I think that is the overall, because too, this isn't just like for society, but for yourself. You know what I mean? Like there's just something here with communication and how we express it, that when we go to the depths of that shadow energy, we see where the triggers are, okay? This is fascinating too. So Temperance, it's in the area of what you need more of. This is Sagittarius too. And so I do think we do really want to make sure that we balance life. So this is what I was saying, where we don't want that shadow energy of Pisces, the disconnecting, the disassociating, like all these things that are very like shadow Pisces, but the balance, okay? Like you have know thyself and nothing in moderation, nothing in moderation. So this is going back to like unplugging, making sure that you're taking time to unplug from everything else and just tune into you. All right, I'm getting just this energy of distractions, and it's in your head, and like we got to quiet our minds. But the most important part of the Temperance too is learning by trial and error, and it's balancing that fire and that water. And so this is what I find super fascinating, because I do think we have this very strong impulse to charge ahead, right? But we have to remember that like we can charge ahead but focusing on the creative aspect, focusing on that dreamy aspect, letting all of that wonderful creativity out. And this is like Pisces season and Aries season. So like get all your ducks in a row in the beginning of March. And then by the end of March, that fiery fresh start energy is ripe, okay? So like you want to have all your ducks in a row. So don't waste that time by disconnecting, disassociating, but really focusing on the big picture, if you will. Because like that's the other thing, Pisces sees all 12 signs. They understand all 12 signs and they encompass all 12 signs. And so getting that energy from the collective unconscious is really perfect for planning and doing it in a wonderful, creative way. I love seeing the Empress here, because the Empress is telling you that you have to take pleasure in life, all right? And so whatever this is that we want to transform, we want to focus to this nurturing mother energy. All right. We want the Venus and the earth energy, that loving, warm energy, to be what we're putting out as far as how we are transforming. Because remember, temperance too, tempering to transform. All right. So there's so much here with transformation. And if you are looking to get pregnant, this is a sign of fertility. I never honestly read the Empress with that. I know traditional tarot does, but it's just something that is in the traditional tarot. So take it how it resonates. But I really get that you have a wonderful opportunity to just enjoy life. So please make sure, and this isn't enjoying like going in front of a screen and watching. This is like going out and enjoying life. Go on a nature walk. If you're somewhere warm and like you can get by water, like there's just something here to getting in nature that is going to unlock so much creativity for you. Seven of Cups. Please do not get overwhelmed with how many choices you have, but also I think you're getting too distracted. I think there's too much that we want to attain, and we're working on too many things at once. I want you to laser focus on whatever is bringing the sun out for you. I want you to focus on the thing that you know is what you need to be focusing on. This is like, man, I want to, if I focus, 20 minutes on each of these cups versus, I'm terrible at math, like versus an hour on one cup. Well, you're going to get an hour's worth of that cup filled versus, depleting yourself. Like, I just want you to focus on one specific thing, okay? All right. What you can change is those intrusive thoughts, all right, Libras? Like, you have to believe you're in control of this. If you give your control, you're putting out there that you have no control, and then things will just dictate the way that they want to dictate. This is ruled by Mars and Gemini, okay? So how you assert yourself with your thoughts. Gemini is a fellow air sign. It's communication. Mars is how you assert yourself. It's also something, too, where it's not negative to see both sides of a situation, but we can't get lost in not knowing the answer, I guess, is really something. This is also a card of like staying up at night in fear or doubting, questioning, like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, this is your shadow, because your shadow wants you to stay stuck. Your shadow wants you to scatter your energy. Your shadow wants you to stay in a certain cycle. All right. And clearly this is all communication. But what I love, dear Libras, is because the overall situation is the Knight of Swords, but you end with the King of Swords. Okay. So we'll get to that in just a second, but you can't fear the unknown. When these intrusive thoughts get in your head, it's very fascinating how much this air energy, it could have there is certain transits in Aquarius at the beginning of the month. And so it's like this wonderful transformation that's coming in, like these hawks are coming in to transform that. Don't get lost in it. Address it. Okay. Take control of your fears and your doubts. And this isn't with toxic positivity. It's by going within and doing the work. Okay. What you need to accept. I love this. So the Page of Wands is creativity. It's a spark of inspiration. And this is in an area of what you need to accept. And so I think really when it comes to the choice that you're making, like, you have to do what makes you feel happy and alive. And really make sure that you're not picking something just to escape something. So that's what I think that's coming back again too. Because we want, like, if this comes up, we just want to escape it. We want to ignore it. And that's the shadow energy of Pisces season, okay? So, like, even if your shadow is coming out, like, so is the energy of the collective, if you will, right? So please don't escape anything is really... We'll see if there's clarifiers that explain that more. But, and again, that's like the traveling, like moving away from something, like wanting to move away. But you have the control. When these thoughts come in, focus your energy on something creative. Focus your energy on you, going within. You are in control of fueling your inner flame. Don't give your energy to other people, okay? Really focus on your creativity. That inner child wants to create and express itself. End of the month, King of Swords. All right. So in this interpretation of all these cards, I'm really getting that this is you having control over your thoughts and how you communicate. It's also a card of legal matters. So take that how it resonates. So you got to be very mindful of your communication. All right. Don't get tripped up by this scattered energy or this impulsive justice energy. You want to make sure that you are very mindful and in control of your thoughts and your communication at the end of the month. But I am getting this very strong transformative energy. So it'll be really interesting to see if your clarifier is like 8 of Cups or the Fool, or you know what, something that like deals with that type of energy. But first, let's get to some past life energy and see what past life energy is affecting Libras. All right. Wow. Seriously? Like I told you that this was there was a message of travel, leaving or travel. All right. So let's see what's going on here. You drew this card because of an old pattern spanning several lifetimes that involves travel or leaving. You may notice in this lifetime that you are a vagabond of sorts and want to continually be moving. You may wish to travel often or seek out a career in which you do so. You may also tend to move to new homes frequently. You developed this propensity, for leaving and movement out of a necessity during your lives, during your past lives. Your relationships may have also involved you leaving your partner or being left by a partner who traveled. This kind of movement is impacting the situation that you're inquiring about today. All right, so take that how it resonates. But there's something here, like I said, to not scattering your energy, like, because you know, got to keep on moving. I don't have to think about something if I just keep moving. There's something here to just stay, like, put down the suitcase and stay still for a second. All right. See what empowering question we got for Libras. Interesting. This is actually, okay, so this is fascinating and I'll get to it. What is my instinct telling me to do? Now, a follow-up question. Is this my instinct or is this my shadow? Because if you go to that shadow journal, I'm telling you, it tells you all of these things, it unearths these patterns that we repeat that we might not even, and again, with our thoughts, with our communication. Go to your Saturn too, because your Saturn is your blocks, your fears, your limitations. My Saturn placement tells a lot about my thinking patterns and something that I now try to recognize when those intrusive thoughts do pop up, okay? Very interesting. All right. And your instinct, is it because of this past life energy? So is it instinct or is it fear? Okay. All right. Let's see what archetypal energy we have for Libras. This can either be you or someone in your life. We all play characters in each other's lives. So do take it how it resonates, but let's see what archetypal energy. Very cool. Ooh, I like this. So this fell on Temperance. And I think this has a lot to do with what you need to balance this month, okay? So this is the dreamy, and then this is like that fire energy of Aries. So let's get with the dreamy first, the mystic. Light attributes. Revels in intimate union with the divine. The shadow attribute. Delusional rapport with the divine. All right, the queen energy. Light attributes. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. I think that has a lot to do with this passionate night energy. Shadow attributes. Becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. Okay, so I really think too, because we saw that Queen of Wands earlier, we have this Page of Wands. There's something here to this creative energy empowering you, okay? Really tap into that mystic though. Like I said, we really want to make sure we're utilizing that dreamy Pisces energy, especially at the beginning of the month, and just chill. Like February was exhausting, okay? So remember, you can chill and still be productive. Never forget that, okay? All right, let's see what dragon energy is. The year of the dragon, so I will be pulling dragon cards for monthly extendeds to see what type of dragon energy we got, okay? So let's see what we got for Libras, for dragon. Ooh, okay. Wow, a lot of fire. All right. This is cool because like I said, there's just like, it's like you have this urge, right? And you want to use that urge to stay laser focused and tune into that creative, passionate energy. So the fire dragon burns up the lower energies around you. I love this. Okay, so the reminder, you are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. That North Node energy coming back. The lower energies around you, you're going to burn those away by making sure that this flame is burning inside, okay? Oh, so cool. All right, so let's see what crystal energy is going to help Libras for March 2024. What crystal energy can Libras utilize? Ooh, I love this one too. Ooh, hello. Okay. Labradorite, free will. So remember, the tarot always likes me to remind people, tarot is a choice, right? It's how you decide to use the energy. It's not that this energy compels you. You are in control. You have free will. And remember, other people have free will too. So that's also something. But if you can pick up some labradorite, it's beautiful. Incorporate these colors. Take a screenshot of this, you know, and have it as your screensaver. But free will is so important to remember. You always have a choice. And I think too, when it comes to communication, how we speak, how we think, you always have a choice on how you're going to see a situation, okay? All right, we're going to get one clarified, and then we're going to close this out. Thank you so much, Libras, for joining me. Please, again, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot if this resonates with you. Leave a comment, and that was really easy. All right. Ooh, we got, wow. All right, so Four of Wands, I got a little speechless for a second. Four of Wands and Knight of Cups. All right, so Four of Wands sometimes can indicate marriage, but really I get this like coming together. All right, a union of some sort. And what I like too is like there's this balance of the nature and the city. And so like I said, like with this Empress energy, like even if you live in the city, make sure you get out and like connect to nature somehow, okay? Knight of Cups, this is emotional fulfillment, like what drives you. So when we are being passionate and like feeling like we need to charge forward with these Libra convictions of like justice, fairness, balance, we really have to make sure that it's aligned with the emotional aspect of it too, like what we really desire, okay? This has to be, of course, part of your determination, if you will. But this is just wonderful because this is giving me such nice, wonderful fulfillment in some partnership in your life. And honestly, could be too, simply your light and your shadow, the duality of yourself, right? Loving both sides of yourself. There's two sides to the scale, okay? So make sure you're not giving too much energy and focus on one side of the scale. Balance that, all right? So I hope you enjoyed this, Libras. Again, if you did, please don't forget to like and comment. And as always, shine your... Okay, hold on, sorry. One last thing too, the Knight of Cups is ruled by Aquarius and Pisces, and so end of the month, February, I think like could have really cleared some stuff for you. So that just came out really quick. I just had to get that out. Always remember to shine your inner light, okay? You've got this, Libras.